Well, a bit cloudy today, isn't it? A bit raining, but hey, it's a Melbourne weather, and I still love Melbourne. At the Media House here this morning on Collins Street, you know, pretty much the hub of the financial district. And yeah, today I wanted to touch base about property valuations. I've been getting a lot of calls and people worried about their valuations, property valuations. And look, the tip is this: you need to understand property valuations. You need to know what your property is worth, or what the property you're going to buy is worth. The market I'm seeing, there's a bit of a change in property values, is the apartment market. So cautious, just be cautious. If you are buying an apartment, just be really cautious, do your homework, subject to finance first of all. Get your valuations done, which the bank will do anyway, and work off that. And if you're not happy with the value that comes in, and then you need to do more homework. If you've really got your heart set on what you're buying, you got to go out there and find yourself 3 comparison valuations. Nothing older than 3 months, because the banks can be really tough on that. So that's one important thing that you need to do. So that's where my main concern is on valuations on apartments. Mainly the bigger towers are really coming 10 to 20% below original valuation off the plan. So be careful, guys, and understand your valuations. Don't get upset if the bank comes back and says, oh, no, it hasn't come in at whatever price. If you've got your own property right now, you need to understand your valuation, especially if you've got equity in your property and you want to draw it down. Why would you want to draw it down? Well, for many reasons. For investing, buying another property, for starting up a business, for the rainy days, which I'm really concerned about, and I think you need to stay cashed up for those rainy days. That way you got a bit of money on the side, you can keep on paying the bank and everyone's happy. So you think about that, guys, all right? And you've got to do your homework. If you want to draw down equity from banks, everyone's got a different rule about how they'll allow you to cash out. But if you are going down that route, what you need to understand is do your homework first. Try to find 3 comparison sales that are equivalent or similar to your property. That way you know that the value of your property, you'll know if it's gone up or not. Because worst case scenario, let's say you only had it for a year and it is an apartment, now all of a sudden that market's come down and you believe it's worth another 100k or whatever the case may be. You go to the bank, say I want it revalued. The valuer comes back and it's less than what you paid it originally. Don't get scared, guys, but I'm just saying this, there could be a chance if that banker says, hang on, this valuation is lower than when you purchased it, we need to make up the difference to get back to the same LVR. I haven't seen it happen, but I'm just letting you aware that it can happen. So do your homework before you even ask to get the property valued, even if that means you pay the valuer to get your property valued. That's my tips for property valuation.
So Morris, thanks. Just a couple of questions. You talked about where we are today. We're at a Media House here in Collins Street.
Nice place.
Collins Street's the financial district, bang on. Why is it, just in a snapshot, why is it important to look at our true valuation of our property? That's one question. And second question is, how often should we look at getting it revalued?
Well, I as an investor, I get my properties revalued every year, every 12 months as a minimum.
By a sworn valuer, or?
Always sworn valuations. Banks only work off sworn valuations, but I do my homework first, get a feel of what the market valuation is, because they always want to know from you what the value is, just in case you say a lower valuation, then if you know, it makes the work easier for the valuer. So if you think it's worth 500 grand, you know what, doesn't hurt to say 600 grand. They got to do their homework. They'll just come back to what it really is worth. But as an investor, yeah, I just constantly want to have cash available for me so I can move on to my next deal, Let things happen. Control your money. You control your money. When things get tougher, the banks get tighter and it'll be harder to get money. So while you can, I think it's a great idea that you should stay cashed up.
And so you've done this with other people, Morris, and what you call, is it the rainy day account or the? What do you
Yeah,
call it?
I use the rainy day account. Sorry, guys. Yeah, and because things are getting tough out there, as you can see. You know, the media hypes up things and always brings the bad and everything. That's why I don't really like watching the news, but it is tough out there. People are losing jobs. People are going offshore. Companies are going offshore. So you just don't know. As much as you might feel safe today, you don't know what happens tomorrow. So be safe. You know, cater for tomorrow, just in case. It's just in case. You know, if you've got equity in your property, use it. That's your money, your cash. You control it, not the banks. You'll find a lender that'll end up giving you the money. So, like I said, there's different lenders have different criteria, but there's always a lender out there that is willing to help. And by helping, meaning that you can able to cash out money out of your property.
And are you the person that can help direct us in this space,
Yes,
Morris? And if
I can
so,
now.
can you talk about banks or not, or you know?
Look, I'll be
how's it
honest.
work?
I'm a mortgage broker as of last week, pretty much, and I've been accredited with a lot of the majors, second tiers. So I'm doing this because I want to be a one-stop shop, and I want to really be on the ball for my clients. And I've already got a few clients that we're refinancing and cashing up because, yes, they're business guys also, but also they want to invest in another property. Not only that, when you're cashing up and you got money available to you, doesn't mean you just invest in Australia. I invest in the US, and the market there is awesome. It's cheap, it's cash flow positive, you create instant equity, and I can help even with that. So,
And you've done this, Morris.
I'm doing it.
Is that via the Money Elements report or moneyelements.com.au?
Well, if I don't speak much about how we're investing in the US, but I do use my money from Australia, which is my equity, if you go to my moneyelements.com.au or my report, it explains how to get that, how to get equity out of your property. And then you have opportunities that you can go for instead of going and to the bank say, oh, can I have some money because I need to do this? Get set, get going, get ready. So you need the money in your bank before you can get out there and do what you want to do. Okay,
Excellent,
guys?
excellent.
Go for it. Just be safe. And valuations, reminder, please get the valuations done yourself first, guys, okay? Comparison sales, you need 3, not older than 3 months. Take care, till next week. Go on my site. I'll be putting up a post about this on my blog. So go back on my site, read my blogs, my past blogs. Cheers and take care. Bye-bye.